Hello, darlings. I'm so glad you're here because today I want to take you somewhere truly special, a place that's been calling to my heart for as long as I can remember. Have you ever felt a pull towards a place you've never been, that gentle tug, as if the wind itself is whispering your name, inviting you to discover its secrets? For me, that whisper has so often come from Africa. There's something about this continent, its wild beauty, its ancient stories, that stirs the soul and sparks the imagination. This time, it called me to Tunisia, a land where history is written in the sand and the air hums with ancient magic. Here, every breeze seems to carry echoes of the past, and every sunset paints a new story across the sky. Tunisia is a tapestry of golden desert, bustling markets, and even a touch of Hollywood stardust. It's a place where the ordinary and the extraordinary blend seamlessly, creating a world that feels both familiar and utterly new. I imagine the vast Sahara stretching endlessly beneath a sky ablaze with stars, and labyrinthine Medinas where every turn reveals a new adventure. And of course, the surreal thrill of standing in a place from a galaxy far, far away, where the sands of Tunisia became the backdrop for legendary tales. It's this mix of experiences that makes Tunisia irresistible. From the moment you arrive, you're swept up in a whirlwind of color, sound, and sensation. My journey would be one of pure discovery, feeling the grit of the desert between my fingers, letting the vastness of the dunes remind me how small and wondrous the world can be. The warmth of a stranger's smile, the kind that makes you feel at home even when you're thousands of miles away, is something I'll never forget. And the chaos of a marketplace, vivid, alive, and brimming with stories, where every scent and sound is an invitation to explore deeper. Tunisia invites you to step inside its wonders, to touch history, and to become part of its living present. Here, you don't just observe, you participate, you connect, you belong. So, with a heart full of anticipation and a suitcase packed with curiosity, I set off on this adventure, ready to embrace the unknown. I want you to come with me, feel the sun on your skin, hear the stories passed down through generations, and let your senses be awakened by the magic of Tunisia. Experience a land where the modern meets the ancient, where every street corner holds a secret and every ruin has a tale to tell. This is a journey into contrasts, where reality and fantasy blur, and where every moment is a chance to discover something new about the world and about yourself. Let's follow that whisper on the wind and see what magic we can find together in the heart of Tunisia. Are you ready to begin? It's going to be quite an adventure, and I promise you won't want to miss a single moment. Our adventure truly began where the roads ended. The last traces of civilization faded behind us, replaced by a sense of anticipation and the unknown. Each mile forward felt like a step deeper into a world untouched by time. Heading south, the landscape transformed before our eyes. Olive groves, lush and familiar, gradually gave way to the ochre earth and sparse brush of the desert's edge. The green faded, replaced by a palette of golds and reds, as if the land itself was preparing us for what lay ahead. And then the Sahara revealed itself, a golden sea stretching to every horizon, vast and mesmerizing. The sheer scale of it was almost impossible to comprehend, a landscape so immense it seemed to swallow the sky. The scale is breathtaking, the silence profound. Standing atop a dune, the only sound was my own heartbeat and the faint whisper of wind. Here, solitude takes on a new meaning. The dunes, sculpted by wind, are never the same for 2 moments together. Morning brings hazy gold, afternoon a brilliant white. The sand is always shifting, always alive, as if the desert is breathing beneath your feet. At sunset, the sky becomes a canvas of apricot and rose, painting the dunes in soft, ethereal light. Each evening, the desert transforms, offering a new masterpiece to those who pause to watch. We met the Berber people, whose hospitality and desert wisdom are legendary. Their smiles were warm, their welcome genuine, and their stories carried the weight of centuries. Over sweet mint tea, they revealed the desert's secrets, how to read the sand, how to navigate by stars, and how to find comfort in a place that seems so unforgiving. Their knowledge is a lifeline, passed down through generations. Their connection to this land is ancient and humbling. The Sahara is alive, its spirit woven into every grain of sand, every gust of wind. The feel of warm sand slipping through your fingers, the whisper of wind carrying distant stories, all remind you that this place is full of life and memory. The taste of sweet dates, shared under the open sky, is a simple pleasure that lingers long after the last bite. The sight of a fennec fox at dusk darting between the dunes is a reminder that even in the harshest places, life finds a way. It's not an empty void, but a living, breathing entity. The desert teems with hidden wonders, plants, insects, and creatures adapted to survive where few dare to wander. To walk here is to connect with something timeless, to feel the weight of history and the freedom of endless space. Even at the beginning, I was captivated. The desert's beauty is both stark and enchanting, drawing you in with every step. The desert's magic is subtle, but it changes you. It teaches patience, humility, and wonder. And this was just the start. The Sahara had so much more to reveal, and I was ready to discover it all. You can't experience the Sahara without meeting its most famous resident, the camel. Mounting one is a clumsy, lurching affair, but suddenly you're high above the sand, swaying gently. My camel, whom I named Humphrey, was calm and steady, a perfect companion. Riding at the desert's pace lets you truly see shifting sands, beetle tracks, wind-carved patterns. Our guide Ali led us with stories and songs, connecting us to a tradition stretching back centuries. As the sun dipped, the shadows of our camels danced across the dunes. The air cooled, and peace settled over us. From Humphrey's back, with the world bathed in dusk, I felt pure joy. This wasn't just travel, it was becoming part of the Sahara's story. As twilight deepened, we reached our Berber camp nestled between dunes. The air was still, scented with dinner cooking over an open fire. After a meal of couscous and grilled vegetables, we lay back on rugs and gazed up. The stars, so many, so bright, filled the sky, the Milky Way a glittering river overhead. Silence reigned, broken only by the wind. In that moment, wrapped in a blanket under the infinite universe, I felt wonder and peace. Worries melted away, only connection to something vast remained. At dawn, I climbed a dune to watch the sun rebirth the world in gold. That night and morning in the desert, silence, stars, and beauty will stay with me forever. The Sahara's magic lingers long after you leave. From the desert's silence, we plunged into the exhilarating chaos of Tunis and its ancient Medina. At its heart lies the souk, a labyrinth of narrow alleys, covered passages, and bustling squares. The architecture is a marvel, sunlight piercing darkness, shops crammed with treasures, hidden courtyards fragrant with jasmine. Getting lost is part of the fun. Each turn reveals a craftsman, a bakery, or a quiet cafe. The souk is the city's social hub, alive with greetings, gossip, and laughter. Transactions are conversations, negotiations, and centuries-old rituals. The pulse of the city beats strongest here. Shopping becomes a sensory adventure, a treasure hunt, a chance to meet the makers. Every object has a story, every purchase a memory. The souk is noisy, crowded, overwhelming, and absolutely wonderful. Walking through the souk is a symphony for the senses. Colors dazzle. Pyramids of spices, hand-woven carpets, stacks of bright slippers, and painted ceramics. The air is thick with fragrance: spices, jasmine, orange blossom, leather, grilled meats, and fresh mint. Every step brings a new aroma, each more captivating than the last. The sounds are constant: vendors calling, bargaining, laughter, the tap of a coppersmith, the call to prayer. Amid the chaos, artisans work with quiet focus, painting ceramics, weaving tapestries, carrying on ancient traditions. Their craft is an expression of culture and identity. The souk is a living gallery, a testament to creativity and skill. Here, every sense is engaged, every moment a discovery. It's a privilege to witness such artistry. The souk's energy is unforgettable. After the souk's sensory overload, our journey turned extraordinary again. We headed south to Tatooine, a name familiar to Star Wars fans. This region's unique architecture and barren beauty inspired George Lucas's Desert Planet. The landscape feels like a film set: cracked earth, vast horizons, relentless sun. Scattered across it are Ksawar ancient Berber granaries with curved, sandy shapes. Ksar Hadada became Mos Espa's slave quarters in The Phantom Menace. Walking through its courtyards, you stand in both real history and cinematic legend. Reality and fantasy blur. The excitement is palpable. Touching the walls, you imagine the film crew at work. The magic of cinema and the landscape itself are inseparable here. The ultimate Star Wars pilgrimage in Tunisia lies deeper in the desert. After crossing the shimmering Chott El Djerid, you spot dome-shaped buildings on the horizon, the Lars homestead. Here, Luke Skywalker dreamed of adventure, and now, so can you. The set is smaller than you'd expect, but standing in the sunken courtyard is pure movie magic. A short drive away is Mos Espa, built for the prequels and still remarkably intact. Wander its streets, peek into Watto's shop, and stand where Anakin haggled for parts. It's a playground for the imagination, a ghost town from another planet. The audacity of building a galaxy here is astonishing. Tunisia embraces this quirky history. The sets are open for all to explore. Where else can you visit Roman ruins, haggle in a souk, and walk a spaceport, all in one day? Tunisia is a land of endless surprises. As my Tunisian adventure drew to a close, I found myself pausing to reflect on the incredible journey I just experienced. Every moment, every encounter, and every landscape left a mark on my heart, shaping my understanding of this remarkable country. From the silent, endless dunes of the Sahara to the vibrant energy of the souks and the surreal magic of the Star Wars film sets, Tunisia revealed a breathtaking diversity that surprised me at every turn. Each place told its own story, woven together by the warmth of its people and the richness of its history. Tunisia is more than just a destination. It's an experience that becomes a part of you, lingering in your thoughts long after you leave. The colors, the flavors, the music, and the laughter all blend into memories you'll cherish forever. I urge you, let your curiosity guide you. Allow yourself to dream of distant lands, to imagine the adventures that await beyond the familiar. Seek out journeys that stir your soul and challenge your perspective. Embrace the unknown, for it is there that you'll find the most rewarding stories. Tunisia is waiting for you, with its golden dunes, ancient cities, and starlit skies. Ride a camel across the sands, wander through ruins that whisper of centuries past, get lost in the winding alleyways of a Medina, and let the colors and sounds of the markets ignite your imagination. Stand where Luke Skywalker once dreamed, and let your own dreams take flight in this land of wonder. Let yourself be surprised, enchanted, and deeply moved by the unexpected moments and the kindness of strangers. This journey was made possible by people like you, curious, supportive, and eager to explore the world's wonders together. By joining me, you help keep the spirit of discovery alive, inspiring others to set out on their own adventures. So let's keep exploring side by side and continue writing new chapters in our shared story. Every journey begins with a single story, and every story has the power to inspire another adventure. Let this tale of Tunisia be your invitation to dream, to travel, and to discover the magic that waits just over the horizon. Thank you for coming with me. The adventure is always just beginning, and the world is full of stories waiting to be told.